All right, we are live.
All right. Hello. If anybody, we're both absorbed, I guess, with her.
Yes, this is quiet focus crafting time at the moment.
I'm like ready to get back into crafting. I mean, I feel like I haven't crafted at all since the last time we did it together, and that was like,
Yeah,
was that 2-3 months ago? It's been like all summer. Like
it's
we
been a
haven't done it.
while. Yeah, I feel the same. It's like I don't think I've picked up my project or a project since we were doing one of these. So this is a good reason to do that.
I'm sure Huck will come and say that she's made like 3 sweaters.
I know. 3 sweaters, a blanket, 2 dog beds.
Yeah. Just this summer has been like just a lot of stuff happening. So
Yeah.
I have not had much crafting motivation.
Yeah. Yeah, same. It's been a lot going on here as well. And it's the kind of thing like, I don't know if you also feel like this. Maybe we've talked about it in a previous sprint. We'll have to ask Huck. But I feel like crafting is one of those hobbies where like I love it and it does like settle me and I do feel like a lot calmer and everything when I do it. But it's a hobby or like a self-care thing that takes a lot more energy input to decide to do it.
Yeah.
And so when I'm like really stressed or like I have like a lot of things happening and going on, it's like even though I know I would feel like better and more settled if I did do some crafting, I feel like I a lot of times am not able to almost, it's like I don't have the like extra energy or brain space to do it, even though I know I would enjoy it and it would be good for me. So, hello, Huck.
Hey.
Hey,
I don't
Huck.
think my headphones are connecting. Hold on a second.
Okay.
I would agree, Kara, though. Because I was starting a new project, a summer tea, and I had started at the beginning of summer and did like the swatch. And then I was like, oh, but it's going to take, I got to figure out the math between like the swatch and what I actually end up wanting to do because the swatch shrunk a lot. So I was like, oh, now I have to like math.
Yeah.
And then I have to decide like what needle size. And it just seemed like all that prep work to get to the actual like, because the sweater itself is just basically stockinette. So like I know it'll be like meditative and nice once I get started, but I'm just like, oh, but I have to do like the hard part before you can start.
Yeah. I get it. Huck, we were just talking about how when we're very stressed and or there's a lot going on, I was saying how like even though I love crafting and I do find it like calming and meditative, I can't say that word, and everything, I find that when I am very stressed or like very busy, I don't have the like extra energy to like start crafting, like to like actually choose to like work on something,
Okay.
even though I know.
I think I'm here.
Yes, you're good.
Sorry, I've been having a lot of technical difficulties. Continue.
No, you're fine. You're fine. I realized, was I talking to you and you couldn't even hear me? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I have no idea what you guys are saying because I was trying to get headphones to connect.
I'm sorry. I should have like checked. I knew you were having connectivity problems. That's on me. Anyway, so I was just saying that before you joined, I was telling Kelly how like crafting is a hobby / self-care thing for me where I love it and I do find it very like soothing and meditative and everything, but it takes a lot more energy input. And so when I'm really stressed or when I'm really busy, a lot of times I feel like I am not able to do it. Like it's like it requires a higher energy input in order to do it. So even though I know I enjoy it and it would make me feel better in the long run, it's not like I'm not able to do it when I need to sometimes. I don't know if that's something that you have found as well.
Yeah, I think I was actually just talking to somebody about like, especially if things are like busy at work or something, and I'm like, I feel like I used all of my brain energy
Exactly.
which I'm always mad about because I'm just like, this is not what I want to be spending all of my brain energy on. I want to spend it on the things I like crafting. But like I read less, I craft, like I knit, craft less, like all of that. But that's actually part of why I like started knitting, was because of the crafts that I do. It felt like a much like lower lift, like mentally. Like once you get started, like it can be a lot of like thinking, and also certain points of it can be, but like certain projects can be very like low brain energy. I could just kind of do it and like watch TV or something like that. And
Yeah.
so I think that was really good for me, because I was like, I feel like I need to do something, but I did not have the brain space to do something that was like practically like a puzzle every time,
Yes.
I need
Yeah.
something where I'm just like, my hands are going, I'm not thinking that hard,
Yeah.
So, and then of course
I've
over time, like sometimes I have done projects that are more like a puzzle or something that I have to like really pay attention to. But if I'm like not feeling up to that, I can also do a project that's like pretty mindless, which is nice.
Yeah.
Well, and that's why I was in the example of that I had started a new project, but figuring out the math between the swatch and like the chosen thing and the size was like too much for me to actually start the project. And it was like you said, it was busy at work. This summer we had so many grants to like turn in reports for, and grant reporting is so much math and so many charts and spreadsheets and gathering do I have all the stuff? And so I'm like, I used all my brain space trying to like do all these grants and things, and I'm just like, okay, now I can't do math at home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I feel
For sure.
Because I would say federal grants are, I mean, like, I'm thankful that we received a very large federal grant at my work, but like so much work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So much. I'm like, and you have to be careful what you say in your reports and everything. Like,
Yeah.
certain words that you can't put into your reports, or else they'll be like, nope, DEI.
Yeah.
Yep. No money for you.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
A lot of hoops to jump through.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to talk about what you're working on today?
I was gonna ask if you already did that or not.
We did not. We did not.
All right. I mean, I can go. I have like
I call on you, Huck, even though you didn't have
Sure.
your hand up. No.
I have a bunch of like little things that I might like switch between. My main thing that I'm working on right now is I'm sort of like freehanding a little sleeve for an iPad because recently my dad lent me his like very old iPad mini that's like practically defunct, like it's struggling.
Yeah.
But
you sing every time you turn it on.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah. But what it can do is it still can connect to Libby and download an ebook. And so the reason he's lending me this is because I was saying, like, I don't like ebooks, but I also know that part of that might be because if I read an ebook, I always have to do it either on my laptop or on my phone. And I was like,
yes.
If I had something that was like more like an e-reader, would I actually read ebooks more often? And so he's letting me use this because he doesn't use it anymore because it barely works. So he's letting me borrow this to find out, like, if I had something that was more like e-reader size, would I actually use it? And it has an actual case, but the case is so heavy. And so I am making a little tiny knit sleeve out of some old yarn that I had sitting around. So I did like this little triangle with like a little scalloped edge, and now I'm just knitting down. I'm like halfway through. I'll show you it'll go like, hold on. I mean, I'm sure you can imagine what this will look like, but this is, it'll be like in the little sleeve with like a little thing, and I'll put a button. So I might, maybe later I'll do some like chunky embroidery on it or something if I feel like it needs to be cuter. But I'm thinking this is going to be done pretty soon. I'm like, you know, it's very chunky yarn, so I'm going to finish the other half and then do like a Kitchener stitch at the end. And then I also have a sock that I have started, which is like, this is like a worsted weight. This is the second one in a pair, so it's like, wow, might actually finish a pair.
That's amazing. That's exciting. I understand that's like, it's hard to commit to. I feel you.
I actually have 2 pairs of socks going right now. So there's this one that's like a worsted weight, which is just some yarn that I had sitting around, but I wanted to try and make like a chunkier, cozy sock. And then I also have a pair of socks that are like actually sock weight yarn. But that, I don't know, sock weight yarn is so tiny, it's annoying. But yeah, so those are kind of, I'm going to try and finish this, and then maybe I'll move on to this. Although I also have another knitting project that I need to unravel, and it's going to take some time because I had already woven in some ends, and so maybe I'll work on that. I have a lot of options.
That's the worst. Yeah. Actually, like right before you joined, Kelly and I were talking about how neither of us have done like any crafting basically since the last time we did one of these.
Oh yeah.
And so it was great to like get back into it. And we were like, Huck's gonna come back, and she's like, I've made 3 sweaters and 2 dog beds and 4 hats.
I have. Wait, what was I working on the last time we did this? Because we didn't do.
It was a sweater, because I remember it was one where you had like this palette, not a palette, but you know, like where the shoulder. You know, it's like, it wasn't a raglan. It's whatever.
Is it like, set in shoulder or?
I don't know.
I don't remember. But I did finish a sweater in July, which was, well, no, that one was a was like a drop shoulder. Was it white? I don't know. Do you remember? I don't know. Do you remember what my project was?
We have video evidence. We could go.
That's true. I don't know if it matters that much, but yeah, I made. I did a white cotton sweater, with like a very minimal cable design on it, which like turned out pretty good. It's a little stiff because the cotton is like a worsted weight cotton. So it's like, I knew that might happen. Yeah. But it's still pretty nice.
I think that was the project, because I remember we were talking about cotton yarn. Recently. Okay. So I think it probably was that one. I love cotton yarn because I'm very sensitive to scratchy yarn. So even though cotton, like, I get that some people find it like too heavy or stiff, I'm like, I'm in heaven because I don't want to claw my skin off when I wear this.
That's true. Also, I knew that like I was using very cheap cotton yarn for this. I got it from Michael's. A sweater quantity was like $30. It was a very cheap cotton yarn. I was not being fancy about it. But that was kind of the point, is that I wanted something that was like, 1, I just wanted to try cotton, and 2, something that I wouldn't feel like, I wanted it to be just sort of a basic, you know, so I wouldn't feel precious about it and be like, this is like $100 worth of yarn, you know. It's like,
I can never wear it.
Exactly. It's like, I can still, like, I still put a lot of time and effort into making it, but like materials wise, it was like $30. So anyways, but yeah, so I did that. I also, I got halfway through 2 pairs of socks. I made a hat the other day, as a gift for somebody. What else have I done? I don't know. That's most of it, I think.
Definitely a lot more than I've done. So
I have 2 sweaters also that I have to go back and like alter them, because the white one, I think I made it too long, so I have to go back and make it shorter. And then there was a brown one that I don't know if I ever was working on that when we did this, but the brown one I think I need to make longer. And also I want to make the sleeves a little more belled. Anyways, this is a tangent. I'm not even working on any of those right now, but what are you making, Kelly?
Well, I just finished this. I was doing a repair. Hold on, let me chop this. I had a quilt that was hanging up that my mom had made for my daughter, and the sleeve ripped, so I just sewed half of the sleeve back on. But it's cute. It's like bunnies.
Aw.
So my mom made that with the bunnies, and then I just fixed the sleeve. So that project is done. That was just a repair, and then I'm going to work on the thing that I had started by doing the swatch. I think I'm like 3 rows in.
What is this for?
This is a sweater. It's supposed to be a summer sweater. It's a cotton Tolsta tee by who's that?
Familiar.
Rebecca from the Crayabea. Is that her name?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. I know who that is.
So
What cotton yarn did you use? Now I'm really interested in cotton yarns.
Let me see. It was Ultra Pima from Cascade. This is 100% cotton, I believe. Yeah, 100% cotton. So I'd want to try because I've never done cotton before.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, I'm going to try cotton and I'm going to do a summer sweater. And I had started at the beginning of the summer doing my swatch, but I didn't. I tried to do eye holes in my swatch and I hated the way that the holes looked.
Yeah.
So I was like, nope, not going to do that in the actual sweater. And then it shrank enough that I was like, oh, I got so much math to do. And I'm just hoping I picked the right size, because if I had gone up one more size, my fear was it was going to be too big, where I think this will just be like less ease.
Well,
But I
and
think
cotton tends to stretch a bit anyway, so that should
Yeah.
be. I mean, obviously, it depends on how you want it to fit and a bunch of other things. I am not an expert, but I would say if you're making something with cotton, it is better to go a little bit smaller than a little bit bigger in general.
Yeah, I didn't want it to be oversized, so I'd rather it be, because it's like a shirt, not necessarily like a full sweater, you know. So I didn't want it to
Right.
be like a sweater. I feel like if it was oversized, it's okay, but I didn't want this to be oversized. So we'll hope it all turns out. But I think I've literally done 3 rows, and I'm
Hey,
just doing the
still
like
counts.
collar.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that is all I've done in the entire summer was my swatch and 3 rows.
That was a big swatch, though. I don't normally make my swatches that big.
Well, because I had started off with the holes and then I didn't like the holes. So then I was like, well, to really measure, I think I need to do some straight stockinette to like
Yeah.
measure without
No,
the holes.
I'm saying, like, good on you that you did a big swatch. Like, I swatch things,
that's
but my
different.
swatches are like this big. Like, I am like, that's
Yeah,
it.
I could have made it like half width, I would say. Probably I'm
Yeah.
learning that I don't need to make my swatches this wide.
Mhm.
Yeah, I usually, when I do swatches, whatever their gauge amount is, I do like that plus like 4 or 6 extra stitches so they can have like 2 or 3 on either side and like just kind of measure in the middle. But I'm like, I really only need however many stitches they're saying plus a little extra so it's not getting the weird selvage stitches.
I have to see what I'm doing. Okay. Knit 1, purl 1. I can do this.
Oh, also I've been doing some hand sewing recently.
Ooh.
So, you know, all kinds of things going on.
Of like not embroidering, like just actually.
No, like alterations to clothes. I recently got some more like vests, like the kind that you wear just like as a tank top pretty much, but it's a vest.
Yeah.
And I don't know, things just never fit the way I want them to. And so I alter probably like 90% of my clothes are altered in some way, even if it's like very small. And so both of them, I just wanted to like take them in like different places and stuff. So I did that as hand sewing instead
That's
of
very
machine
cool
sewing.
that you do that though. That's just like a normal part of your wardrobe maintenance.
I'm too picky about how my clothes fit. But yeah, so I have a bit more though, because one of them I altered. I think I took it in too much and made the armpit hole too small. So I need to let that out. And then I also want to add hooks and eyes to a bunch of my button down shirts so that they don't gap.
Yeah.
Well, that's smart. I find that as someone like bigger chest but smaller
Yeah.
band underneath that, like, you know, I gape a lot. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean that's same. So
Yeah.
usually, like the top two like spaces between buttons, a lot of times I'll put either snaps or hooks and eyes.
Yeah.
So.
I feel like I have that problem a lot too. It's like unless you are somebody who you are blessed enough to exactly fit one size of top everywhere, I feel like you're going to get gapping. Like it doesn't mean you're wearing the wrong size shirt or anything. It's just like you're a human with a human body that has
Yeah.
variations.
we're not
And stores
rectangles.
are not prepared for that.
Right. Well, that's also with like sizing for like sweaters and stuff. I've seen some people talking about like how to figure out sizing, that apparently most sweaters, the way that they measure, like they're assuming that there is, I think it like a 2-inch difference between like your chest measurement and your bust measurement. And for most people, that's not actually the difference, but that's considered like the standard. And so
Right.
when they
If you're
are
wearing this sweater and you're a mannequin, that's great for
right,
you. Like
so they're saying like you should take that into consideration when they are talking about sizes, that the kind of standard that they are measuring it against for like size grading and stuff is assuming like about a 2-inch difference for like between chest and bust. And so then it's like, well, so now most of the time, I've been doing this for a long time actually, since I think maybe my first or second sweater, that I realized I was like, this is not the right size. I actually don't use my bust measurement for figuring out my size. I use my like upper chest measurement because that's more accurate.
And
yeah,
that's
I've been finding like a mix of the different sizes for like the different pieces of the pattern has been really ideal for me, and it's especially nice when the pattern maker sort of writes the pattern with that in mind, where it's like here's all of these measurements grouped together. If you need to change this part, this is the multiple that you need, blah blah blah.
I haven't seen those, but I did actually on the white sweater. I did that where I did a smaller size for like the shoulders because I have like narrower shoulders, and then when I got to like casting on under the arm for the body, I cast on for the larger size so that the body would be like for the larger size, which I feel like worked out well. Anyways, continue. What were you saying?
I think Kelly, I think you were going to say something and I was talking. I'm sorry.
Yeah, sorry if I'm interrupting people.
No, it's fine. I was just thinking that 2 inches difference is like, isn't that like more of an A or a B cup when there's so many people? Because like that's often how you find your cup, right? Is the difference between you. And I'm like, there's a lot of people that are C's and above that would not have a 2-inch difference between. I definitely do not have a 2-inch difference between mine.
And also like I understand why they need an industry standard. Like they have to have something to base everything on. But the thing that frustrates me about it is that that's like secret information, you know, that's not like something that I feel is easily available or that like a lot of people know. Like I don't know, it just like you shouldn't have to do this much like deep digging to find out that there is an industry standard and what it is. Like
and you know and like more tutorials on how to like edit patterns, because that's where I'm like oh, but then I have to figure out the size, but then I know that there's ways to add bust shaping and stuff like that, and I'm like, but I need it like more prevalent.
You know what I also learned in terms of not exactly bust shaping, but I saw somebody talking about this online, and then I was like, oh, I tried it on the white sweater also, which was instead of adding like a bust dart, essentially, that if the issue that you're trying to solve for, like if the issue is that you want the sweater to like fit around your bust more, then you would have to do bust shaping at that point. But if the issue you're trying to solve for is that the hem is higher in the front than it is in the back, you can add short rows at the bottom. which I did on the white sweater, and it was great. It just kind of leveled out the hem, and I was
Yeah.
like, this is perfect.
And is that like, so you would do short rows in the front or the back?
In the front.
In the
Yeah,
front.
you add short rows in the front, because if it's shorter in the front
Mhm.
because of your bust,
Yeah.
then you're just adding, like, I just did maybe
Yeah.
like 3 short rows in the front just to kind of like flatten it out, and it worked great. I also recently learned a new way of doing short rows, which I was very excited about.
That does make a lot of sense. Like,
Yeah. I recently learned how to do Japanese short rows. I think that's what they're called.
Mhm.
Which I like a lot better. I have never really liked German short rows. I always find them very annoying, and I also always forget how to do them.
I do have to remind myself most times I do them just because it's not something that I do on like every single project, but I like doing them. I mean, I find it satisfying. I'm also someone though who like I will not go out of my way to learn multiple constructions for something until I need to. Like if it's a pattern that I'm doing, yeah, if it's a pattern I'm doing and it's like this was designed with this kind of technique, then I will learn it and I will like be interested and I will enjoy having an alternative method. But I like the things that I get excited about trying and learning like new stitches and new patterns and everything, it doesn't extend to like basic construction techniques. So there's those books and it's like 117 different ways to cast on and I'm like I don't want that. Like
I'm kind of in the middle, I think, because like I definitely like when I was learning how to make socks, I did intentionally like learn a bunch of different constructions to like figure out which one I liked. But I only learned the Japanese short rows because it happened to be in the pattern I was doing. But then I was like, well, now this is what I'm doing forever.
Yeah.
So now if anyone was interested in my short row ranking, favorite Japanese short rows, second favorite wrap and turn, least favorite German short rows.
oh,
So.
I've only had patterns that have called for German short rows, so I should try the others.
I've done wrap and turn and I liked that. I can't think of I don't think I've had a short row experience where I was like, this is my favorite or like this is my least favorite. So perhaps that is still to come.
I just really don't like German short rows because I feel like one, I find it really annoying because you have to tighten it so much. So then it's really hard to like get your needle back into the stitch. And if you don't tighten it, then it looks bad. So you have to make it really tight, but then it's really annoying. And I don't know, every time I do German short rows, they always end up looking weird and I always end up with like a weird bump, which I'm like, I don't understand if I'm doing something wrong because I have done them like watching a tutorial, doing exactly what the tutorial is doing, and it still comes out weird. And I mean, like, there's always the possibility I'm doing it wrong. However, I also am usually very confident in my ability to learn a new technique. So I'm like, I feel like there's something wrong with this. I don't think it's me. So, you know, it's probably I'm doing something wrong, but I also don't believe it.
Interesting, like holding those two opinions at the same time.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say the other ones, they always turn out great. So continue. Yeah. What were you gonna say?
I wonder if part of the reason I get on okay with German short rows is that like when I was gonna say first knitting, but it was probably a problem for longer than that. Like the issue that I always had to correct for myself was that I knit way too tight. And so I wonder if because I got used to adjusting for that, if the German short row technique just felt normal to me, where it's like, yeah, you got to like kind of cinch the yarn in and just be careful about being able to get your needle in because that's what I had to always do. So I don't know.
Yeah.
That's my
Whoa, what just happened here? Oops. Sorry. My needle tip just like unscrewed from the
No.
No. Did you lose like a bunch of stitches?
No, it just like came apart and I'm trying to like re-screw it on without losing stitches.
Yeah, it's just like I'm done. I can't work in these conditions.
I know, like what just happened? That doesn't normally happen, although I may not have tightened it. Now that I'm thinking about it, I may not have really tightened that one. So I will tighten it now. So
I'm only just starting off this cotton, but the one thing I am noticing is a lot more slippery than wool.
Yeah.
Like it just wants to like slide right off the end of the needle.
What material are the needles you're using?
These are wood.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I usually use as well.
So they're not like slippy metal or anything. It just, I think
Yeah.
I just have only really used wool. So it just like kind of stays where you put it.
Right. Yeah, no, I get that for sure.
yeah.
Yeah, it is like it is an adjustment using different materials. Like it makes sense that there's all these differences in how it like feels and how you work with it. And it like there's been several cases where it's like I didn't even realize that this was like a preference I had until I'm using something different and I'm like, oh, I don't like this. Like, this is not as fun. But it's also just adjusting. So
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't have too many issues with using cotton yarn, but it was certainly an adjustment. And like one of the things that I also realized was like maybe this was a bad choice to use cotton for a cable project.
yeah, I could see that.
Could also be that I just hate doing, what's it called? The collar. What?
That's also valid.
Knit one, purl one. Don't really want ribbing. That's what it's called. I'm like,
Ribbing is the bane of my existence. I understand it is necessary, but I am not happy about it ever. It is a necessary evil.
Since the last thing I made that's like it's blocking right now is a hat. Now I'm like, maybe I should make more hats. I forgot. This is the thing is when I started knitting, I was like, I'm not making any hats because I made so many crochet hats. But then I did a hat and I was like, man, hats are fun. They're so little, but they're so satisfying.
They are fun.
Yeah. So now I have like a whole collection of hat patterns that I kind of want to make. And also the good thing about hats is that like a lot of times you can make a hat with one skein of yarn. And I have a lot of, probably compared to some people, not like a huge stash of yarn, but for me, it feels like a lot of yarn, a lot of green yarn, because at one point I was looking for a very specific color of green. And
I think
like,
I remember that.
Yeah, I would just like order one skein to see what it looked like and what it felt like. And so I have a lot of like single skeins of green yarn. So yeah, maybe I will, and I never know what to do with them because also even if I decided to use that yarn for a sweater one day, I still probably wouldn't use that one skein because it wouldn't be the same dye lot as if I bought new for like a larger project. So it's like I just need like one skein projects that I can use these up.
Yeah. And I mean, at least with a hat, like you can give it as a gift. They're easy to donate if like somebody doesn't want, other people don't want a hat. Like, yeah, it's not going to just sit around your house. You can find a place to.
Yeah, hats are pretty functional, which is nice. Yeah, and also the last hat that I made, I was just like the pattern for it was just a very nice basic hat design that I was like, if I wanted just like and I actually did color work on it. And so I was like, this is perfect. Now this is kind of my favorite just like base hat pattern. If I ever wanted either a plain hat or a plain hat that I can just add color work to, this is going to be my go-to because I just like the design. Yeah. So it's nice to have just like a base pattern you can count on.
Yeah. I do have like some random skeins. And maybe maybe I should make some hats or find something else that I could do with one skein, because I had like at work we have kind of like Secret Santa, but it's not at Christmas time, so it's like but like my person knew I liked knitting and stuff, and so both years they have given me like a skein of yarn that they just like found, and it was like nice yarn, but I'm like, what am I gonna do with this?
Yeah.
Gotta find
I
something.
also, one of the things that I like making with like one-off skeins and that I feel like are pretty useful, if you have any patterns you like for like wristlet type things, maybe that wouldn't be as useful for you, Kelly, because obviously you have to wear like real gloves. But it's like a long tube and there's like a hole for your thumb and then like holes for your fingers.
So like fingerless gloves?
Yeah, I couldn't think of the word. It's like, Dickensian
okay.
street urchin style. Like, I have found that those are a nice pattern. Like, actually, I made a couple sets for my brother one year as a gift because just of the way that his computer is like set up, it would be nice for him to have something like that. So anyway, I don't know if that's like an option. Actually, both you guys probably live in climates where they're not as useful as they are for me, because we never have to wear gloves basically. But
yeah, although I have seen something that I thought was cute that was kind of similar, where it's like not fingerless gloves, but it was like just essentially like the cuff, and then there's like a ruffle, and then you put it like inside the sleeve of like a long sleeve shirt or sweater or something, just to like add a little ruffle. It's kind of like a dickie, but for your wrists.
Okay.
Yeah, and I thought that was cute. Also, something I was thinking about is, so recently I got this thing that is essentially like a poncho, but like a little fashion poncho. It's not like one that keeps you warm. It's just like decorative.
Poncho, but make it fashion.
Yeah, and I think it's kind of cute, but I was like, it's knit, or like it's like machine knit or whatever. But I was like, I could for sure make this. It is essentially a rectangle that they sewed together to leave like a hole for your head. And I was like, and like I would want to do it in a more lightweight yarn, which I do have some like alpaca, like the fluffy, that's kind of like mohair, but it's alpaca. I have some of those sitting around that I was like, oh, I could do this. And you do it with like larger needles, so it's kind of see-through, because like it's not meant to really be like, oh, it's warm. It's just for like
this is fashion poncho.
Yeah, fashion poncho. But like I was like, I could for sure make something like this. And it does not even supposed to be very big. Like, it's not a very big rectangle. Like, I might be able to do it out of one ball of this like fluffy yarn, because I have a few of those sitting around too. So I don't know. Maybe I'll make myself one.
Yeah.
Like, I can make a rectangle.
When you have made your little things that you add to your sweaters, they're kind of like dickies, but like dickies, whatever. How much does that take? Is that like a ball?
Oh, well, I've never made one. I saw somebody. Like that. Somebody had made something like that.
I thought you had done. Was there something else you made that was like? Was it like a cowl? Maybe?
Oh yeah, I made like. Oh, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, like the thing you added to your sweater to make it a turtleneck.
Oh, I thought you were talking. We were back to the little like glove things. Yeah, the turtleneck. I don't remember. That was less than a ball of yarn. It's just, it was just like a turtleneck part. It would be essentially the same amount as a hat, probably.
Yeah, because I think I would need to make it a little more actual dickie-like, but I have a dress that has a boat neck, so it like goes pretty far out, but it's like a winter weight dress, which is very cool to me. So I have to wear a scarf with it, or I'm cold. So then I thought, well, maybe I should make something like that to put on top, but like kind of more, turtleneck, cowly, dickie thing combined. Because I don't want it to just be a cowl. I want it to like actually cover up the whole boat neck.
Yeah,
right.
So like a combination turtleneck, poncho, dickie, like all the things.
Are you imagining this going over or under the dress?
Well, I think you can go either way. I
Okay.
just need to warm up because if I just wear a cowl, there would still probably be like skin in between
Right.
because
Right.
it's just such a wide neckline. And so often what I do is I end up wearing a full turtleneck underneath it, but then it's like I'm wearing a full layer underneath the dress.
Right.
I just need to warm
Right.
this area because
Yeah.
the dress
Yeah.
is so wide at the top, which I think is like why I guess that it was supposed to be like an elegant top, but I'm like, you put it on a really heavyweight dress.
That's
So I'm cold.
Strange.
My neck is cold.
Yeah. Yeah, you could probably do, I don't know what weight yarn you're imagining. I feel like a really pretty, like, you could do something even that's like a little more
Mhm.
I don't know if you would want it to be like densely knit or have a little more like breathable.
Mhm.
But I think either way could be nice. But yeah, so just the turtleneck, especially because I was doing it so that you could like
Yeah.
fold the turtleneck over, that was approximately the size of a hat. I don't know exactly how much yarn it used because at that point I was just using up whatever I had left from the sweater I had made.
Mhm.
But it was the it was either it was like between a DK and a sport weight and probably about the amount that you would need for a hat, whatever that is. So, but then if you would probably, I guess then you would need more if you're doing like the shoulder part too.
Yeah. I think
I don't know if that helps at all.
Yeah, I think I'll just have to search on Ravelry and see if somebody's done like a decorative. I don't even know what you call it because it's not quite
Well,
a dicky. It's like just
I
like
think
a wider cowl.
the thing is, I think that probably what you could do is essentially just make the top half of a a a sweater, like a one that not like a what's it called when it's like a the increases are evenly spaced instead of being raglan. Is it just like a round?
I know what you mean, and I can't think of the name.
Is that just like a round one? I don't remember what it's called, but essentially what you're talking about is just the top part of a sweater before
Yeah.
you split for sleeves, maybe even a little bit shorter than that. So if you found a sweater that you liked the shape of, or honestly, you could do it with anything because then it's just like if you just make the neck part longer, so it's like a turtleneck, and then do whatever the increases are, and then just stop wherever you're like, that seems good.
Yeah, and then just put like I could even do like a crochet ruffle to make it look.
That's true.
finished.
Yeah, you could, right. If you want it to be smooth, just bind off. If you want it to be fancy, you could add a crochet ruffle or like a scalloped edge. That'd be cute.
Mhm.
Although then you wouldn't be able to wear it under the dress. It would have to go over the dress. But
Yeah, I'll have to think
Yeah.
about it when I get back, pull that dress back out because it's like put away because it is too hot for anything but the dead of winter. But I'm like, it's a design flaw to have this much neck showing on such a heavy dress.
It is you do wonder like who made that decision? Like why?
yeah.
And maybe other people don't care about being warm as much as I do. I'm like, my neck is cold. I need to cover up.
Yeah, I mean, I could also see like if someone gets hot easily, they could feel like, oh, I just want like one part of my body to feel breathable, you know?
Me. That's me.
Yeah.
It's just like so, and probably other people have. Maybe you don't live in such a very cold place.
Right.
This was not expected.
My office is not exactly like super. I mean, it's like we have heat, obviously, but it's not like super warm. Like some places, offices like get super hot when they turn on the
Yeah.
heat,
Yeah.
and mine is not. So I need to be bundled.
Yep.
Okay. Sorry, I had to disappear for a second there.
That's
You know what I recently saw a pattern for that I was like, that I really wanted to try making is slippers.
yeah.
Because I feel like that would be a nice, like, small-ish project. And it would go fast because, especially if you're using like a really bulky yarn, and I found a pattern for slippers. They have two different versions for like different weights of yarn, but they kind of look like loafers. And I was like, that's so cute.
I'm a big fan of making slippers, so I support you. I have
now,
made
do you have a favorite slipper pattern?
Like I have one I use a lot, but I don't know. I'm not sure if other people would find the layout as like easy or as like suited to the pattern as I do. I will happily like send you the link when I find it if you're interested. Just like
Yeah.
I feel like from some things we've talked about with like pattern preferences, I'm not sure you would like how it's written, but I don't
Okay.
know. What am I basing that judgment on?
I
Who
don't.
knows?
I'm like,
Just
what are
vibes.
my pattern
I
preferences
don't
that
know.
you're aware of that I'm not?
Just vibes. Let
Yeah.
me see if I can find it actually. But yeah, I've made like several pairs that I've like gifted and it has been
Yeah.
well received. So
Also, one of the things that's nice about like smaller projects like socks, hats, slippers, stuff like that, is that sometimes you can also use more fun yarn. Because I mean, obviously I could use fun yarn for larger projects, but personally for my own style, I am not going to make a whole sweater out of like multicolored yarn. That's just not really my vibe. But like multicolored slippers could be fun. Like I would, or like socks, like that I might do, you know?
I
So.
love a multicolored sweater, but I know other people don't.
Yeah, it like depends on what your style is for things. But yeah.
Every time I like look up a particular pattern that I have, I am reminded of like, wow, remember that time when I decided I was gonna have an easy to use like index of the patterns that I have and what they are and where to find them, and then I abandoned it like very soon on. Like past Kara gave up, and present day Kara is annoyed about it.
Yeah. Oh, also, I was going to ask, when you make slippers, do you ever put anything on the bottom so they're not so slippy?
Okay. Yes, I have tried that
Mhm.
once before. It was with like they were actually designed for that, basically, like for like if you were sewing like a pair of slippers, they were like basically just the soles of that are like the plasticky sort of grippy thing.
Mhm.
And I was making a pair of slippers for my mom and I used those, and what we found is that maybe this was partly like maybe I messed up sizing or something, but because it's like very forgiving like knit fabric but with a very like a fairly rigid like sole, it
Mhm.
made the fit kind of weird. Like it didn't feel as good on the feet, which like that's what slippers are generally for. So
Right.
I have only done that once. Obviously it's something that I'm sure practice would help with, but I have not been like after that I've just made ones without a sole thing. Yeah.
The other thing I've considered is like, you know, those kind of like grippy socks that have like the little dots.
Yes.
I also thought about doing that because like that, I actually hadn't thought about putting a full sole on the bottom. I was imagining more like grippy socks.
Yeah.
I actually was just reading about this morning in like one of the groups I follow, a wool group. They were talking about having Pilates, like grippy socks, but they didn't.
Mhm.
They wanted them in wool, and somebody was saying that they just like hot glued dots.
That's what
on the
I was
bottom of their
wondering.
socks.
Is that actually grippy enough, or
I had like in this like forum, there was like 20 people that had said that that's what they did, and I was like,
okay? I could do
okay,
that.
I've not tried this, and I would be really hesitant. I would probably do it with like a cheap pair of socks first to make sure
Yeah.
it works before putting it on like something I made.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen people and like it's not something I've like looked into recently, so I don't know, maybe there's a lot better ways to do it now, but I also remember people talking about doing like puffy paint.
Oh, I remember
Like so
that.
kind of similar to the
Mhm.
dots thing that you would just do like big
Yeah.
dots or like squiggles on the bottom of
I wonder
like
which
socks
is
or
more
slippers.
grippy.
Yeah.
And then I wonder, like, I guess you would have to wash it by hand, right? if you ever wash them, because I would think those.
Well, puff paint should be able to be washed, I think, but you might have to be like, you would be pretty gentle with, like, if they were made out of wool, you would be pretty gentle washing them anyway.
Yeah.
But I think puff paint is usually washable because it's fabric paint.
Oh, true. Yeah.
I wonder if it has to be puffy paint or if it could. Well, no, other fabric paint probably would just soak in too much because I don't really want the like. If they're like too puffy, then you like feel it through the socks, and I don't really want that. Although I guess slippers would be pretty thick, so you probably wouldn't, unless you're like making really big puff paintball. Like,
Making basically cleats out of.
yeah, exactly. These are my cleats. They are knit slippers with puff paint on the bottom.
Knit cleats would be interesting.
That'd be hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh
Okay,
my-
I have almost tracked down the pattern I was talking about.
Okay. Something about this yarn really does not just like slip on my hands, and so it's like really not like, I don't know. It's like I keep having to adjust my hands because it's not like sliding between my fingers. Because I usually do like where I kind of like wrap it around my pinky and then I hold it, and it's like getting stuck.
Oh yeah. That's not fun.
Maybe I should do it differently.
Where I was doing the opposite, it was sliding too much, and so I had to change how I wrapped it. And now I've like, okay, now I got it. I got it wrapped around enough that it'll.
Well, see, I just changed how I wrapped mine, and I was like, this is better actually. And also, I wonder if it's the yarn, like the texture, or if it's because it's so chunky. Because now I'm realizing wrapping it around my pinky, there may not have been not enough space for it to slide if it's really chunky.
Oh yeah.
So I just kind of wrapped it around my palm this time, and that's doing better, which might just be because it's a chunky yarn,
Yeah.
which I don't normally use, so I'm not used to it.
Yeah. I don't think I've actually used like chunky yarn yet, like bulky yarn. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, this is, I don't remember. I think this might be like Malabrigo Chunky in the color olive, which I got for some other project that then I decided not to make. And so now I have this, and I'm like, well, I can use it for something.
Is this still your iPad case that you're doing it with?
Yes.
Okay.
I did find the pattern, so I just sent
Okay.
the shop link in our Instagram chat. So,
Cool. Thank you.
yeah, I guess like if anybody who watches this back later is curious about which one it is, it's one I got from Etsy, and I think like the shop is just Queen Bee, KWEENBEE. She looks like she has like several slipper patterns. The one I use is the one
Oh, it
that
has cables.
yeah, is the one that has like a dark green image for it.
Mhm. Interesting. I wonder if I can find the one I was looking at that was like, it looks like loafers, because I really liked. I'll show you what I was thinking of doing.
I also
also-
love the ones that look like ballet slippers or ballet flats. I want to make a pair of those for myself at some point, but
Oh yeah, that could be cute. I recently have just found a lot of accessories that I really think are very
Yeah.
cute. And I'm like, I don't know if this is, some of them I'm like, I really like this, but how much would I actually wear it? Where did these slippers go? Did I not save them? Oh, hold on a second. This is not it. But Kelly, I literally just saw, I was looking through things that I saved.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sending in the Instagram chat essentially a pattern for what you described.
Oh wow.
a
There you go.
turtleneck poncho cowl scarf.
Yes,
Perfect.
truly. This
Speak
one-
and it shall happen, right?
Yeah. Apparently, I saved one of these a while ago. It's a very pretty design. I don't know if you want to do something that's so like, it's in fingering weight, and it has like a lot of doodad's very pretty, but like you also could probably do a simpler version if you're imagining something that's more like oh my god, the word's leaving my brain.
Practical.
I don't know, streamlined. I don't know what I was gonna say.
That slipper is
Um,
so cute. Okay. I'm opening the. Oh yeah. I mean, it. That is really nice. Like it's not too. I mean, it's not like too fancy. It's just like
Yeah, it just depends if you wanted something like that. Oh wait, I
Just
found another
fancy
one.
enough.
Wait, I found another one. Apparently, I saved a bunch of these.
You sensed that Callie would be in need of them.
Someday, like I don't even remember saving this. This one, this is actually maybe even closer to what you're saying because it's a little bit more like it's a little plainer, but then it has like a little lace scallop at the bottom. So maybe more similar to like what you were saying with like a ruffle. Okay, I'm sending you that one too.
okay.
Okay, I'm still trying to find these slippers that I was looking at. Where did I put those?
I'm loving that slipper though. That
Yeah.
too. Like the
Yeah,
cute-
like I find them like very fun to knit. Like it's a nice
Here we go.
project where it's like not overly complicated, but there's still like enough interesting parts that I stay engaged with it. Like, I mean, there's definitely stretches where you're like, I can just tune out and like watch TV or listen to something, and that's cool too. But like it does have cables, so there is like some interesting stuff to do as well.
Okay, I just put in the chat the
Woo.
loafer slippers that I was looking at. So these are the super bulky version. There is also just like a bulky version that's a little less chunky, but like I like the yarn that they use. It's like, I mean, I guess it's still earth tones, but it's like multicolored.
Those are cute. I like those.
No, I like that second collar you sent too, because it just has like enough little detail.
Yeah, I think that one. Yeah, I like that one. And also, you know, that so one of them I think was called a collar and one of them was called a cowl. So maybe those are some keywords to look for if you want to find other designs.
Yeah.
That's one thing of like, I don't know, I sometimes it's hard to find things. I wish sometimes I want like some way to be like, I want more patterns like this,
Mm-hmm.
but
Yes.
I don't have a way to do that.
Yeah, you need like kind of how Amazon does, where it's like give suggestions.
Right.
You want give me
Yeah.
suggestions of things based off of this.
Right. Although I guess that's then like AI.
Yeah.
Probably.
Which then like, I don't want Ravelry to be doing AI stuff.
Yeah.
Do you think? I mean, like, because Libby has something like that. Do you think that's all AI?
I think it like
well,
so
there's a section of
difference-
Libby that is, yeah.
There's a difference between like generative AI and like an algorithm. Like programs
true.
and algorithms
Yes.
are like not AI. They're not like the bad shit. Like
For sure. There's a difference between generative and like other kinds. I still feel like AI is too involved in too many things.
Oh,
And-
for sure. Yeah. I guess I'm trying to make a distinction between like a regular computer program sort of thing
yes.
versus AI, because I do think those are different. So like just because you're using a search feature like on Libby or something and it is making suggestions for you, that can be an algorithm.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Like it's
There is
I don't know
part
if
of Libby that does use AI though.
that's unfortunate.
There's the part
that.
that if you go to, hold on. So in Libby, there's like the little center part that is like inspire me. I don't know if you can see. Anyway,
Oh.
the little center icon, and then it says like inspire me, and then you can click through like fiction, and then it asks you like a bunch of different like, do you want something that's amusing? Do you want something that's haunting? Like that is an AI feature. It is not generative AI in the terms of like, you know, it's not creating
Right.
like images or writing something for you, but it is an AI, a type of AI.
Mhm.
Yeah. So
I've never used that one. I mean, I think I've only done it like when you click on a book and it's like, here are some others or something.
I
Yeah,
think some of the there are also some recommendation lists in Libby that are actually created by like librarians. So
Yeah.
it's not like every list that Libby
Right.
produces is AI, but that specific feature I believe is.
Okay,
Well,
yeah. I had
that's
never
good
even
to
looked at that
know.
feature.
Yeah.
I feel like one of the it seems like one of the ways to like draw that line would be like, does it use data centers that are like
Right.
destroying everything? Therefore, part of the problem. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Like-
just like regular programming and stuff. Like it's not like
Yeah, but
all computerization is the
I think-
problem.
Right. I also think there's different levels to it where it's like generative AI is the thing that I have the most issue with. But I
Same.
also sometimes am kind of like, I don't know if it's so great to have such hyper personalized recommendations. Maybe I should be digging for things and finding stuff myself.
I agree. Like
And
there's
like the convenience of it is actually maybe not a good thing.
right. I feel like that's a problem. It's like there was and there's a lack of transparency too about like how and why this information is like needed or being used, because like there
Right.
was a new like game that I had downloaded, and like I've been really enjoying it, but like the first thing it asks you is like, oh, can we turn your location on? And I'm like, no. Like why would you need
Yeah.
no, why would you need to do that? Like it doesn't make any sense. So
yeah, for this game, why would I need that? I would only need
Yeah.
it if I'm like shopping and you need to tell me where the closest store is. I don't need
yeah,
you to follow me
And
around.
even then, you can
even
use-
then
you
I
can
don't
usually
use it. I like
type
I
in
will
your zip
search-
code and be like, I'll figure it out.
Yeah. I will search like for nearby. Like I'll put in like a zip code or like an address or something, and I can look at like things nearby. But it's like I'm not telling you where I live just so I can find like a store or something.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, there's definitely levels. And like there are lots of things where it's like, you know, technically isn't spell check also using a type of AI algorithm? But it's like that's
That's
check
not
is
the-
not
yeah.
the problem.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. Like computer
Spell check has been around a
programming.
while.
Right. And there's
Computer
also like
program-
certain kinds where it's like been around a long time and it's not the thing that's suddenly like creating data centers and like,
Right.
you know, just
ruining
messing everything
drinkable
up.
water. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. I'm like the old person at work where we just like read our handbook, like our staff handbook, and like we had to put in a section about AI use. And I'm like the one in the meeting that's like, well, I've never used it. Like, I mean, like as in like Chat GPT and stuff like that. Like
Yeah.
sometimes people put like the entire email they're writing in to like make it
God,
nice
I
or whatever.
know.
And I'm like, whatever. I know how to write an email. I can
Yeah.
reply it. Like I don't
That's
use
those
that.
things where it's like you're going to be left behind and then they're like left behind by people who can't write an email by themselves.
Like, and I get like
okay.
and some of my coworkers are like, well, I use it sometimes in grant reporting because there's just so much. And I'm like, okay, but like, do you need to? I don't know. There's like a very like, do
Also,
we
things where
actually?
it feeds it sensitive information, that is
Well,
not
when-
a good thing.
Like, we're not allowed to put in any like personal information like from our clients or whatever. So like, I'm like,
Yeah.
how much is it helping you when you can't even put in
Right.
very much stuff? And I'm just like, I don't know. I was like the one in the group that was like, just don't use it. Just write your own
Yeah.
letters. Write your own emails. Like,
Yeah.
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 And it's like there are so many ethical and practical problems with it that like I don't get the people who are like so determined to find like that one exception where it's okay to use it. I'm like, just why? Like, why are you putting so much time and energy that you could be using to actually do the thing that you
Yeah.
want AI to do for you? And it's like, also, I don't know if this is partly based on like the climate situation where I live. I would hope that I would be as upset about it. I think I would be if it were like not affecting me but affecting other people. But it's like we don't have drinkable water to just be wasting. Like
Yeah.
it is that bad. Like
Yeah.
we are like the number of fires that we have, the number of droughts that we have, like we're basically always in a drought of like some like extremity or another. And so it is like infuriating to me that people are like, yeah, but I would trade your right to clean drinkable water in order to like not have to write this email. And I'm like, well, I can't make you care about other people, I guess. Like,
and like, what I don't think some people realize is like, you're just making your job more automated that someday you're going to be irrelevant and get laid off.
It's like, why are you helping replace yourself? I don't understand any of the decisions here.
Anyway, didn't need to. I didn't mean to like start a whole thing about this, but yeah,
Get us all going on AI.
I think it needs to be said. So if it comes out,
and also though, I especially am like, I don't want, as much as it would be nice to have a search function in Ravelry that was like similar things to this, I also do not want AI involved in Ravelry because there's so much of people's like, essentially like their intellectual property that's on there, like their patterns and stuff. I'm like, I don't, obviously, as we said, that's not generative, but still I'm like, I just don't want it involved.
It's just like you don't need it the way that you think you do. Like, I agree. I agree.
So
I do take some hope and comfort from the fact that like there's still so many ads about it, and I'm like, if it were really like, oh, it's a done deal, everybody's into it, I'm like, you wouldn't still be spending advertising money on it, you know? Like,
well, there are a lot of companies that have had to like roll back a lot of their AI use because they're just like, oh yeah, nobody actually likes this.
Yeah, so that is encouraging.
Well, also, did you see that there was some like market research study that was done where they found out that essentially their conclusion was like, the more people understand what AI actually is and how it actually works, the less likely they are to use it. And so their conclusion was, stop trying to like demystify AI. It's magic. Like,
oh my god, they're like, don't inform the stupid peasants about what's
keep them
going
ignorant
on up top.
so that they will use it. If they'll think it's magic, they'll do it.
Yeah. Wow.
Yep. Yeah.
I feel like you could pretty safely say anything that like the less you understand, the better it is for us. Like, you're pretty categorically not the less good guys. You understand,
the easier it is to sell it to you. It's like, that's probably not a good thing.
Right. It's like, I can't actually think of an example where it would be a good product or a good like concept. So
yeah. I feel like I'm zooming through this project because it is both a small project and chunky yarn. So
yes,
look at you accomplishing things.
That's why I really like that my mom loves those like cotton knit dishcloths I make for her periodically, because it's a really nice break project, like because it's like decent size yarn, it's a simple pattern, it feels great to just whip it out and complete it.
Yeah,
just good brain chemicals all around.
Yeah.
And they're useful too, like they're good washcloths. I use them. So
yeah,
also nice.
I should make some of those. My older washcloths or dishcloths are getting pretty yucky.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of buying new ones, I should just make some.
Yeah. I can send the pattern I use, the link, if you are interested, because there's like a lot of free patterns for like diagonal knit dishcloth out there. So it wouldn't be hard to find one, but I like the one I use.
Well, I'll take the one that you have tried and trusted. Noted.
That's right. Approved by your fellow knitter.
Because it's nice to have
original
to just do
recommendation instead
there
of
you go.
Yeah, who needs AI when you can just sit with a group of people and have people give you their patterns?
Exactly, their recommendations. Like, I realized I did not officially introduce what I'm working on, but it is the same thing I've been working on, so like I don't know that it's gonna be terribly exciting, but look, giant triangle. Because
it's bigger triangle.
Yeah. I know. I'm excited. Look at how much my little triangle has grown. It's going to be they call it a shawl or a wrap or something. Let me see if I can find a picture to show here. The problem is when I print out my patterns, I'm like, I'm not going to use the picture, so I don't include it, and it saves paper and space, which is true. But then if I want to show something, I can't. Yeah, I don't
this
have.
was my other great use case. Sorry, I'm not meaning to interrupt. This is my other great use case for having a little iPad is that I can also get Ravelry patterns on it. So I'm not either, because I never print them out, and then I just take screenshots on my phone, and then I'm like, I have to zoom in a million times to look at anything. So I can actually use a little iPad for that. And I'm like, amazing. Because am I ever going to print a pattern? No. Anyways, sorry to interrupt.
No, you're fine. You're fine. I do print patterns, but my problem is that it's hard to keep track of where I left it, or I mean, if it's right with my project, okay, that's fine. But if it's one that I'm done with and I'm like, I would like to keep this and make this again, it disappears into the ether.
Yeah.
Into
You
the
see
unknown.
a folder where you put all of them or something.
Yeah, and I've even tried to do that a couple times. I don't know what my problem is that it has not panned out. I think that's a user issue. But yeah.
If nothing else, I'm going to finish this ribbing today.
Yes.
Okay.
3 more rows. Okay.
We believe in you.
There are a bunch also of patterns for different kinds of hoods that I want to make. I made one hood last year, or was it earlier this year? I don't remember when I made this. Maybe it was earlier this year, in January or something. I don't know. I made a hood. It was okay, but I was like, there are a lot of other hoods that I want to make.
You'd like to see other people.
Yes.
Before you commit.
But this is the thing. As much as I like hats, I actually think I'm maybe more likely to use a hood because I feel like hats are a real commitment because they will squish my hair. And so then I'm like, well, that's it for my hair I have to wash it now because it's going to look stupid after this. Whereas a hood, as long as it's not a tight hood, it just kind of it doesn't squish your hair so much.
Right.
And so I feel like a hood is a better alternative for me. Obviously there are situations where if it's windy, then it's not really protecting your ears as well because there's that extra space. So it's
I mean, that's when you get
pros
the
and
bobby
cons.
pins out. That's when you get the bobby pins out.
And pin it down?
I mean, not completely flat to your head, but it's I pretty much, if I wear anything on my hair or on my head, I pretty much have to pin it because my hair attacks it. So obviously you wouldn't want to do. I'm just picturing one on each side. You would still have some air getting in, but
yeah, maybe. Also, though, I am kind of excited for it to get cold, which around here it's not going to get cold enough for this until January. But I want it to get cold so that I can put Merlin's little snood on him.
Oh, yeah.
Because last year I made it I think, did I show it to you guys? Maybe I did.
I think you did.
I made it right at the end of winter, and so he never really got to wear it, but it's so cute because it's made out of sleeves from a sweater I had made that I had cut off because I was taking apart the sweater, and so they're striped. It's tan and cream stripes, and then I made little teddy bear ears, and it just it's just a tube, it goes over his head, and then he has little teddy bear ears, and it's so funny.
Adorable.
But because sometimes I have to walk him in the winter, but if it gets windy, his little ears are flapping in the wind, and it just is so sad.
Need to protect
Okay.
those little ears.
Oh my god.
I do have a pattern for a hood that I want to make this year, but I pulled it out last year and it seemed really confusing, and so then I just put it away. So
What kind of hood was it? Like, what was it like?
it was, I mean, it was probably simple. Like you probably would have been fine, but I think it's like it had an
Nice.
I cord because it could tie.
Oh,
Mm.
nice.
So it had
Yeah.
the I cord around to like, so it was kind of had like a scarfy thing, and then the hood,
Uh-huh.
and then it could tie to make it tighter. And then I think I got confused with the whole I cord thing.
Yeah.
I've never actually made an. I've done an I-cord bind off, but I've never actually just straight up made an I-cord like cord.
I
before.
have, and it actually, like, I put off learning how to do it for a long time as well because I was like, I don't know what that is. It seems complicated.
It's
Yeah.
Too
supposed to be
much.
really easy.
It is actually. It is really easy.
Yeah.
Um,
Doesn't I-cord stand for like idiot cord? Like even an idiot could do it.
I don't know. That's
I
Oh
like,
think-
no, but now you're making me
I
feel
think-
worse.
I know.
Hey,
Jesus.
I haven't done it either. I'm not.
Well,
That's not what I
have not-
meant.
I have not heard that. It could be, but I was just gonna say that I found it like really simple to do. You basically are sliding your, it's very small too, which is easy about it. Like you're basically sliding a few stitches back and forth on your needle because you're like double knitting and like going over the
Right.
same area, which is what makes it a thick, it's basically like a very small but very dense tube that
Yeah.
acts like a string. So you're pretty much just sliding stitches back and forth on a double pointed needle, and it's a lot less hard than it seems.
Right.
I totally get being like intimidated by patterns though, because like there have been many times where I'm all excited to make something and I get it out and I'm like looking at the pattern and I'm like, okay, so I don't know how to do that thing. So I would have to be like figuring that out as I go. And I don't know how to do this thing. And this thing I technically learned how to do, but I don't remember how. And then it's like you get to like a critical mass of too many things to like learn at once. And I'm like, I'm going to do something else.
Yeah.
But then if you go back and check it later, so a lot of times it's like, oh, there's only one thing here that I don't know how to do yet. So, you know, it can be nice to return to.
I'm gonna put it in the chat because I found the pattern,
Oh, cool.
and it's probably not. It's probably because like last year was my first real like year knitting, and so I think it's just like, picking up the pattern. I was like, I don't know, but I think if I just went step by step, it wouldn't have been that bad. So this year I'm gonna pick it back up and be like, I'm just gonna go one step at a time.
That is cute. I like
Oh,
that.
That is nice. I like that. Yeah. It's kind of like the Sophie scarf, but like with little I cords at the end.
Yeah,
I might save
And-
that one also.
Me too. Me
Which
too.
is
And I
why-
like that it
we can
seems-
do a little knit along. That's just
This is so cute.
we'll make
I
some
like that.
slippers and some hoods. Yeah, I thought I would like it better than the Sophie one because it's so windy here sometimes in the winter that I thought having the tie would be
Oh.
better than it. 'cause
Yeah.
the hood can easily get blown off, especially like when we're down by the lake. A hood would be
Mhm.
great because you're at the lake, but then that means you're by the wind.
Yeah.
yeah.
I also like how it seems to be constructed in such a way that like it doesn't do weird things to your hair like as much as possible.
Mhm.
Like you were talking about, Huck. And like obviously you're always gonna have to like plan for some of that, or like, you know, plan to prevent some of that. But
Yeah.
the way the model's wearing it, at least, it looks like it would still keep you warm, but it's not like so snug that you're basically wearing a hat that is like just gonna mess
Right.
up.
Yeah.
anything
And
you're
also like it's easier with a hood to like wear it a little bit behind your bangs.
Yeah.
So it doesn't like squish too much.
Yeah.
Which you can do that with a beanie too, but then it starts to look more like 2010s kind of. Like I did that a lot when I was like in the 2010s. But I was like, that's not exactly the vibe I'm going for right now.
I mean, in all truth, I would probably, when it's actually winter here, wear a hat underneath this hood.
Right. Actually, something I was thinking about as we were talking is like if my issue with hoods is that it squishes or that it keeps my ears aren't warm enough, I was like, I could just make like a little ear warmer, like a band that just goes over my ears and then put the hood on, which I was like, maybe this is over engineering what just a hat would do for me. But sometimes I just am like, I just don't want to squish my hair either because it's curly or because I'm trying to get volume like in the front. My hair tends to be very like, either it is curly and then the curls get squished, or if I straighten it, it ends up being very like flat. And so having volume is like a big thing for me.
Yeah.
My hair struggle with like, I guess knitting specifically, it's that like the volume, it's fine. My hair can fluff up like no tomorrow. The problem is that my hair gets very frizzy very easily. Like any hint of like, I don't know, like dry air or like anything like that, and it's like, and now I kind of look like a baby porcupine or something. Like,
you know what I've seen people do? Last year I saw somebody who knit a hood and then they sewed a satin lining in it. And I was like, that's such a good idea.
That is such a good idea. I don't know how to sew basically at all, but it might be worth.
You could do the simplest whip stitch, and it would you could even do a running stitch. You could do like the most simple thing ever, and it would like, a whip stitch might be a little stretchier, so better for knitting, but still.
You could totally YouTube how to do a whip stitch and figure it out.
Yes, you could do it.
I have done like very minimal hand sewing in the past, like with a class.
It's not fancy. I'm sure it's essentially like cut a rectangle, sew two of the sides together, sew it around the edges, and you're like, you got a lining.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna try to do that. I'll start working myself up to it.
All right.
Yeah.
I think the like benefit of the hood is that it's kind of like protects your neck as well, because my big thing is that I don't necessarily want to wear a big thick scarf, but my neck gets cold, so it's like you get your hat and your scarf all together, but without the bulk of like a giant scarf.
Yeah,
which is nice. I don't know. I'm also in a place that very regularly is below 0, and so I just have to live with the whole hair thing and just wear the hat.
Yeah. Understandable.
I feel like I'm sort of in a climate between you two guys. You guys have kind of extremes, and I'm sort of in the middle. Like we do get for real winters, but not like your winters.
No, not like -30 and the schools are closed.
Oh man.
No.
Yeah. When I would visit family in the Midwest, like normally we would go in the summer, but there have been a couple times where we went in the winter, and it was pretty cold. It was cold. But one of the things that I discovered that I really liked knitting is like bun hats, almost. Like I don't know if that's actually what they're called, but it's
they
like
have, like,
essentially
a hole in the top.
Yes, which is great because I have a lot of hair and I will often wear it up especially if it's windy. And so that was really nice. It like kept my like ears and sort of general face and head area much warmer, but it didn't have the same struggles with my hair that a lot of other things would. So that was, I guess, my way around that, which was nice. And they're just kind of cute as well. I don't know. There's something about it that I liked, that it just looked cute to have like almost a very wide headband and then like your hair. Like, I don't know.
That makes sense.
For some reason, I thought that was cute.
I wonder if a beret would be less squishy on your hair.
That's an interesting idea. I feel like berets are hard to wear.
I was gonna say, I'm like, could I pull off a beret? Like,
yeah. I never really understand how to wear a beret. Like I see other people wearing them and I'm like, oh, cool. And then I try to wear it and I'm like, something's not right. Although I guess it depends on like, there's sort of like the fashion-y way that people wear it. And then there's like the way where people kind of pull it down more. And then it does kind of, it is a little bit more like a bubble around your hair,
Yeah.
which maybe is what you're talking about.
Yeah. Well, like
It's like a
there
real hat.
are also plenty of things where I'm like, I recognize this is not very fashion, but I need to wear this like an actual jacket kind of thing. Like me and my sister were
Right.
just talking about, like, she saw something online that was like, is this 90s trend coming back? And it was about like tying your jacket around your waist. And I'm like, some, like, a lot of people, I think a lot of us just did that because we needed to like bring our jacket with it. Like, do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
it was
They were
just
talking
functional.
yeah, like they were talking about it like, is this something that is like fashionably acceptable to do again? And I'm like, not really caring if it is or not. Like,
Yeah.
that's how I felt when I would see all those like features where it's like, can scrunchies come back? And I'm like, listen, if you got a lot of hair or if you have like other concerns sort of related to it's like, I don't care if scrunchies are back. I need to wear scrunchies. Like, let me live. Like, I'm not going to stop doing something that works well for my hair just because they're like, it's a little 90s. I don't know.
Yeah.
Funny.
Scrunchies are better for your hair than like hair bands.
Yeah.
Pull your hair is tight and pull the hair out. So
Yeah. Or like the ones that have like the metal bit where it like breaks it and stuff. It's like respectfully, I don't care if scrunchies are back. I'm wearing them. Leave me alone.
I am probably gonna have to head out at 4. Just
Okay.
so
That
you know.
sounds okay. It's like pretty warm over here, so that is actually fine with me because I can just lay down on something soft in front of a fan and just like melt a little bit, you know?
Yeah, this room does not. This room is like warmer than all of the others and also doesn't have a fan. But
Of course. Yeah.
my laptop was not connecting to Wi-Fi, but this is where the router's right there.
Yeah.
So
I'm sorry that you are
yeah.
suffering in order to participate, but we appreciate it.
It's not like so hot that I'm like melting, but I'm like I could be more comfortable.
Right. And I mean, I think my fan is probably a little loud, but hopefully we were talking over it most of the time. So
no, your fan is fine now. It was like at the very beginning, it was a little louder, but now it's fine.
okay, good.
I'm so close to being done with this.
Yes.
I am on my last ribbing row. Woo.
Yes, that is something that is truly something to celebrate.
Except for
As
now.
a fellow ribbing hater, I'm excited for you.
Except for now my cat is laying on top of my pattern, so pretty soon I'm gonna have to move him so I can see what my pattern says to do next.
Yeah, he says alternatively, we don't do that. Like, I stay where I want.
Yeah. I mean, I'm glad that he's laying on the pattern and not on my ball of yarn and chewing on it.
Yes.
So, like, no, pick
Yes.
your battles.
I understand completely.
But I also am like, how is that comfortable? You're laying on a wrinkly piece of paper and a pencil. It doesn't seem like the comfortable place to sit.
I know. I am truly amazed at the favorite spots that my cats will choose sometimes. Also, like, every cat I have ever owned has been obsessed with like a couple of very specific textures, and one of them is like not canvas, but it's like that kind of scratchy, almost faux canvas, like for a backpack, you know, or like a lot of times laptop cases are made out of it. Like, all the cats I have ever had have loved laying on that, and I'm like, what? Like, that doesn't look comfortable at all. It's like scratchy. It's not like it's not even.
They're
something
just
that
proving you wrong. They're
I
like,
think
you
that
don't
is what
know.
it is. Yes, I think it is showing me who's
Cannot
boss.
comprehend the appeal.
Yes. I think
Okay,
you're onto something.
I have gotten to the end, and now I have to Kitchener stitch it together.
Yes.
Woo, you're gonna finish.
I also think I finally memorized how to Kitchener. So
Amazing. There was like a short period of time where I was doing it frequently enough that I remembered mostly how to do it, and that time is no longer. So,
well, yeah, I've been doing socks recently, so
yeah. You
I don't
really end
know
up knowing it pretty well.
yeah, I don't know if it'll stay, but
But
I
for now,
just-
it's nice to have it memorized.
yes.
I had just like for my birthday, you know, like the yarn shop had like, you know, a coupon for my birthday or whatever.
Yeah.
I had bought a kit for socks, so I need to do that
Someday it's
Alright.
coming.
someday. Make the socks.
Believe in you.
I find them very fun to do. Like there is a learning curve because it's such a specific kind of construction. But if you
Just
have
depends on what you're doing.
right, and if you have like a good solid pattern that walks you through everything, like if you have like a good beginner pattern where it's like you have never in your life made a sock before, then I don't feel like it's overwhelming because it is like, you know, step by step. They're like, and then you do these stitches, and then you get ready to do this next part, and this next part is going to look like you're doing it wrong, but you're not. Don't worry, like kind of thing.
Just move forward.
Yeah, trust the process.
Yeah. Wait, have we talked about before what kind of heel do you usually do?
Ooh, I don't know if we have. I have to remember. I have to look up what it's called now because it's been a while since I made. Let me see. I usually do the heel flap and gusset, which is like the standard one.
Got it.
A lot of the ones that are supposed to be like simpler or more straightforward, I don't think would work well for my feet because I have high arches. So like what is it, fish lips kiss heel or something? I couldn't do. Even though a
Okay.
lot of people are like, "Oh, that."
I don't
one's
think
way
I've ever
easier.
tried that one actually. But
I think I might
usually-
have done. I think I might have done a short row heel, maybe once. I don't remember for sure though.
Yeah. I usually like an afterthought heel. I find the heel flap one just like very annoying to do. And I don't feel like I haven't found a real like difference in construction for fit for me personally. And
Mhm.
so I kind of am like, whichever one is easiest for me to do, I'm just gonna do that. And I like
yeah,
the
that makes
afterthought heel
sense.
personally.
I find the heel flap and gusset to be very satisfying to my brain. Like it makes me happy to see it. Like, look at all those nice snug stitches, and they're like turning a corner. That's amazing. Like, I don't know. That's
Yeah.
how my brain works, I guess. But it's like a little puzzle.
I think
almost.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's also a stronger type of heel
Mhm.
than an afterthought heel. But I don't know. Maybe someday I'll regret my decision to do afterthought heels. But at the moment, I just am
No.
like,
I think one of the
Ugh.
reasons I haven't really leaned into like afterthought heels is I don't like having to skip something and come back to it, which is like the whole point of an afterthought heel. I do
Mhm.
think it looks cute for like contrasting colors though. So
Yeah.
that might be something I do in the
That's
future.
also-
What's the one I really don't want to do? The one I've done it once, I think, on one sock. So I still haven't made its partner yet. But the one where it's like, is it a special kind of afterthought heel where it's like you actually have to go back and cut stitches?
That is a true afterthought heel. I do a fake afterthought heel where I purposefully like use a contrast piece of yarn that I can pick out later.
Okay.
A true afterthought heel is like you cut into the stitches, which I don't
Yeah.
want to do that.
That was quite
too much for me.
stressful. That was quite stressful for me.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's good that I'm trying new things, but I don't think I like it here. Like,
Yeah. No, I don't normally do that. I do the kind where I can just like pick it out later. But I kind of have like a a vanilla sock that I do now, because I
Yeah.
just sort of have like, yeah, this is how I like to do a sock. I'm not really following a pattern. I just sort of figured out this is the type of construction I like.
Yeah.
I also recently learned how to make a more rounded toe, instead of that like really like intense wedge shaped toe.
Yes.
So I was like, I like this.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. I need to get my stitch markers out, and he's on my bag too.
Oh
Oh no.
So your kitty's really just laying on everything important that you need right now.
Yeah, I pulled the
So
pattern out.
he's having a great time.
Yeah, I pulled the pattern out from under him, and he readjusted, but now he's like on top of the whole bag. So,
He says we appear to be at an impasse.
Sounds like you're putting away your knitting for the day.
Yeah. I like joke that one of my cats, Nala, like she, even more than other pets, has like the vibe of like, if I try to move her or I try to do something around her, it's like, well, here's a compromise. I do whatever I want. And I'm like, yes, okay. Like you win.
All right,
Her-
fine.
Her version of compromise is she does whatever she wanted to do in the first place, and anybody else just deals with it.
Yep. Kind of feel like that's what's going to happen. I'm just going to set this aside. But now I need to pick it up soon as opposed to 3 months from now. Like this.
Yes. Maybe we can all like, well, especially me and Kelly, because I know we had a long break of no crafting, but we can like encourage each other and check in and be like, have you knitted in the last 2 weeks? Like,
I got my collar done.
yes.
So
I
Well,
like that
also-
bright teal.
Oh, let's see. Ah, nice.
heel.
But also, yeah, we should. I think we skipped a month of this, which
We
also
did.
helps keep,
Yeah, the summer
keep them crafty.
was way
Yes.
easier than I was planning. So hopefully September will be better. I was just going to look real quick if I have a lot.
All right. Am
Yeah.
I in?
I know you're going soon. I wanted to ask, have either of you read anything by Emily Lloyd Jones?
That sounds so
Ah.
familiar.
I think
Wait.
I have. Let me look her up to be sure.
Oh, yes. She did The Wild Huntress, right?
Yes.
I read that, and I have her 2 other books.
Okay. Because I
Yes.
just read The Wild Huntress like a couple months ago, or actually probably last month, maybe even
Mhm.
earlier this month. I don't know. Time is a construct. I recently read it and I loved it. And now I'm like, I want all of her Welsh mythology books. And
Yeah,
I to every local bookstore here, and nobody carries her books. So I'm like,
oh my
I
God.
order it online, but I want to order online from like non-Amazon. So I have to like figure out
Bookshop.org.
bookshop.
Yeah,
Yeah, maybe I'll do that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Go ahead, Huck. Sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I read The Wild Huntress last year and really liked it, and I have her 2 other books, and I keep meaning to read them, but I was like, oh, maybe I'll read them in the fall, because the one has like kind of like zombies in it, which I'm not a big zombie person, but and then the other one, it's just sort of foresty and stuff, and so I was like, maybe these will be autumnal books. But yes, I really liked it.
Yeah. I have not read something by her yet, but I have a couple of her books that I have a very good feeling about. So I am excited to hear you've been really enjoying her, Kelly.
Yeah. It was just The Wild Huntress that I read, and I picked it up just like on a whim because I had seen her books before, and I was like, I haven't really heard anybody talk about them, but they seem like, because I love like mythology, and I'm like, I haven't really read a lot of Welsh mythology, and I was just like so absorbed. I read it, like just devoured it, and it's not like super fast paced. But it was like just like the characters were so well done, and I was like, I was just like, I love this book, like new 5 stars. Like, need to buy all her other books, and then I've been to 3 like 2 local bookstores, and then over a vacation, I went to like a bookstore in Madison while I was on vacation, and none of them had her books. And I was like, oh my gosh, people, I'm trying to purchase from you. Can you just have the
I know.
books?
It's like, yeah, I always do bookshop.org if it's not one I'm getting at a local one. And something else that's cool about them is that if you can select, like if there's a participating bookstore that you want to support, you can select them so that basically it's as if you went in and bought it from that bookstore, which is cool. And if you don't select one, the proceeds still go to support indie bookstores in general. It's just cool that if there's a specific one that you want to like give your business to, then you can do that, which is cool.
Yeah.
I am not sponsored or affiliated. I'm just a big fan of bookshop.org.
Yeah.
And a big anti-fan of Amazon.
Yeah, I'm trying really hard not to buy from them unless like it's something that you can't get. Because sometimes some of the self-published books are hard.
That's what I've been finding too. Actually, one of the self-published authors that I really enjoy and I've been following, I'm actually signed up to her newsletter, which I don't do for a ton of authors. And one of the things that she has been talking about over the last maybe 6 months now, is like she's in the process of like pulling her books from Amazon, like, or not pulling them, like you can't get them there, but she's not going to be Amazon exclusive anymore because of course that's how they get these like up and coming authors, is because like, oh, well, if you sell exclusively through us, then we give you a bigger percentage kind of thing. And she's like just moving away from that, which I think is very cool of her. Because she was basically just like, you know, I understand why it is an attractive option and why a lot of us go with it, but she's like, I just don't want to support this anymore. And I'm like, good for you. So yeah, it's Kate Stradling. And I've really enjoyed all the books I've read from her. So okay,
Trying to like do a last little touch up of something I'm fixing, and then I'll show you that it's done.
Yeah.
Was this the shawl you're making, Kara? Was that going to be a gift? Is that what I remember?
Yeah. That's a good question, Kelly. Theoretically, I started making this thinking it could be a gift for my mom. The problem is that I like color and I wear color a lot more than she does. And so even though I feel like this is on the more subtle side and there's going to be solid colors along with it, I'm not sure if like the way it turns out, if it's going to be as much her vibe. So tentatively, maybe a gift. But I mean, if not, like, I obviously like the colors, so it'll definitely get use. But I know it feels kind of funny sometimes to be like, this is both a gift and not a gift kind of thing. But sometimes it's like you don't know exactly how something's gonna look when it's done, or if somebody's gonna be into it. So yeah, that's my reasoning.
Yeah. All right.
Show us.
There it is.
Yay!
I did it. And it has this, and then iPad goes in.
And it fits.
Yes.
And I'm going to put a little button.
So cute. Nicely done. We all made very good progress today. Go us.
Yeah. All right.
All right. So we are going to sign off here. Callie and Huck are both linked in the description. So if you guys have not yet paid them a visit, please do so. And is there anything that you guys want to add? All right. So thank you if you hung out with us. Thank you for people who watch this back later. Like we were discussing, we are hoping to get back on our like regular monthly schedule with these, but the summer has been very busy for all of us. So that's kind of why it ended up happening this way. But we are hoping that things will settle down and we can be on a more regular schedule. But yeah, thank you guys. Thank you, Huck and Kelly, for hanging out and crafting with me as always.
Thanks for hosting.
Yeah. And we will see all y'all next time. Bye.
Bye.